I'll give you time to get those in a second, okay? So let's look at 2-6, estimating with decimals. This will be quite easy for you if you know how to round decimals. It will be basically the same thing. So let's look at this problem that's on the board. Aiden is downloading music. He buys 2 albums and 1 single. The table shows the cost of the music. How much about does Aiden spend all together? And about how much more does one album cost than the other? So when it says about how much, it's wanting you to estimate. There are 2 ways to estimate. If you remember us estimating whole numbers, we estimated by doing front-end estimation and rounding. The front-end estimation we touched on, and then we just kind of left it by the wayside because you don't really need to use it. I wanted you to know what it is, but you're not going to use it. It is a very, very loose way of estimating. It basically means take these first digits and just use those. Take the front end and just use the front end. All right, that's very, very loose because what if this is $9.99? We should know how to round it to $10 and not round it down to 9. Front end estimation is just really, really a loose estimate, an easy, quick one. We know how to round, so we're going to use rounding. So when it says, what is his total price? We're going to just simply round each one of these to the nearest dollar and add it up. So what would $9.59 be to the nearest dollar? I really want you guys to get used to underlining. This is a really simple problem, but when you get more complicated, the underlining will be the key. All right, I'm going to estimate to the nearest dollar. So look to the right of what you've underlined and tell me 5 or more, you're going to raise the score. So this is now Naomi?
$10.
Thank you, Naomi. $10. All right, what about this guy right here? Round to the nearest dollar. Ella?
$9.
$9. And the single costs?
$1.
$1. This 4 tells the one, I need all eyes up here. Guys are in the back row. You should be watching really closely, okay? You're going to need this to do your assignment. This 4 tells this one, stay the same. So now we're at $1. So his total bill is going to be roughly
$20.
Thank you, roughly $20. Estimating and rounding, guys, it's one of those math skills that you need for real life. If you're at the grocery store and like, oh, I forgot my wallet, but I forgot my wallet and my cell phone at home. So I don't have a calculator, and I've got a $20 bill. I kind of need to estimate what's in my grocery cart, make sure I have enough money. Just really quick, rough estimating. I can be like, oh, this is going to be about $10, $9, $1. Okay, I've got about 20 bucks. Good. There are lots of estimating things that you need to do in life. Whether you're estimating the amount of people at a party and you're just kind of rounding it off, how much you need to buy. There's so many situations in life where I'm estimating rounding. It's a good skill to have. So it's something that I really want you to know well. Estimating money is one of those. So we figured out the answer to about how much does Aiden spend altogether, $20. Second question about how much more. When you say how much more, what operation does that tell you in your brain? How much more? You would think it would be addition because you're adding, but it's how much more. If you're comparing, you have to subtract. How much more does she have than me? Well, I need to take what she has, what I have, subtract it, and get the difference, right? How much more is this album than this album? $1. Okay? So that's quick, easy. This estimating and rounding is meant to make math easier and your computation easier. All right? Let's go ahead and try some examples. Don't use your whiteboard yet. I'm going to do a couple, like 2 together, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So let's look. I want us to use rounding to estimate the difference of these problems, all right? So let's start here with number 5. We're going to round to estimate. When you are rounding, how do you know what place to round to? It didn't give an exact answer. I mean, an exact instruction. For my sake, what I would like you to do is to round to the furthest spot. Make it the easiest for yourself rather than rounding even to the nearest ones, tens. If this is 943 and 8600, we could easily round this to what?
900.
900. Go all the way out to the furthest spot. Look to the right. The 4 says keep the 9 the same. So this now easily in your head without even really using a paper and pencil, you could be like, okay, that's 900 and this is?
100.
100. If you take 900 minus 100, it is, and you really don't need even paper pencil. You can say, that's about 900. This is round down to 100. If I subtract them, I get 800. Really quick. Yeah? Got it? It's meant to make it easy and quick. Not careless, but easy and quick. Ben, you have a question?
Can I get a whiteboard?
Nope, we're not getting whiteboard right now. We're not using our whiteboards. I'll let you know when you can get one. Number 6. Let's look at this together. 887. If I round it to the nearest, don't say it out loud. I want to see how many of you know. Raise your hand if you know what I'm going to round this to. Again, take it to the furthest spot over, the biggest rounding that you can do. If your hand is down, that means you don't know the answer. So who knows the answer to what $887.57 would round to? Again, hand is down means I have no idea. Which is okay if you don't, then we're going to probably walk you through it. All right, Mateo.
He doesn't
If
know.
I have 887 and I want to round to the furthest number, I'm going to look right to the right here, and this number tells me what to do. What is this 8 telling me to do to this 8? Move it up. That's exactly right. Move it up to what? To a 9. So then, Mateo, what do I do with all the rest of these numbers beyond the underlined digit? Zeros. There you go. You did know. You were just holding out on us. You knew this would be $900. All right, Bo, do this one for us. I've got $259.60. I want to round it to the furthest digit.
That would be 300.
300. If you take 900 minus 300, we get,
600.
yeah, and you can almost do that in your head. You can say, oh, this is about 900. This is about 300. If I subtract them, I get 600. Okay?
That's easy.
If you know how to round, estimating is easy. All right, if you don't have a whiteboard, go get a whiteboard. If you do have a whiteboard, you can start working on,
Number 7.
let's do number 7.
Okay, that.
Actually, let's not do number 7. That one gets a little bit, let's do number 1.
I did it.
Let's do number 1 right here. All right, if you're grabbing a whiteboard, grab it quickly, please, and go right back to your seat. If you're working, do it. Okay, I've got some answers coming in already because it really only takes probably about 15 seconds to figure this out. Let me figure it out in my brain first. Okay, yes. Look at this. Guys, make sure you pay attention to the operations. Yes? No, I want to see the whole thing. I want to see you round this, and then give me an answer. Your decimal point is in the wrong spot. Check that, Lamaria. Charlotte, you should be adding, but you're not adding. Yes? Check how many zeros are there, okay? Yes? I want to see, Stella, I want to see what you rounded this to and what you rounded this to, and then your final answer. Ben, that's correct. Zari, that's correct.
Thank you.
You should be adding, Bo, right? This is an addition problem. Make sure you're very careful about that. I don't want you to get things wrong. I can't see where your decimal point is, Mia. Can you make it a little bigger? So 150. If you have 900 plus 600, Lamaria, would it make sense that it would be 150 answer? Think about that, okay? See where you might have done something wrong. Charlotte, I can't, Charlotte, yes, but there shouldn't be 3 zeros past the decimal point. No, Bo, try doing that addition again. Yes, Stella, that's exactly right. $15. Nope, that wouldn't be right because we started with, yes. I'm not sure why there's a comma there, Michaela, between the 15 and the 2 zeros. 150. Nope, it's not 150 because we've got 900 and something, and yes, thank you. 150, comma 0. Think of where you put commas, Michaela. Okay, where would that be? Where would you put that comma? Thank you, much better, yes. Let me see, Lamaria, what have you got? You've got 15, so 900 plus 600. Let's think about what that would be. Would it be 15? What would it be? Keep your decimal points lined up right here, okay? Okay, let's pause for a second. Yes, I'm gonna do this on the board because we're not actually having rounding problems or estimating problems. The problems you're having is lining up your answer. So let's look really quick. Watch me do this. $947.60. What does that round to?
900.
900. Why? Because the 4 told the 9 to stay the same. So watch. Over here, where can I do this? Let me see. I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to take 900. Do I need to say 0.00? It might be good because when you're dealing with money, you have those. But either way is fine. 900. If you're going to put a decimal point, put it right there. Now, this 575. The 7 tells the 5 to do what?
Move up.
600. I'm missing some eyeballs that I really should have looking at the board right now. 600. Okay, watch. I'm going to simply add this up, but you have to keep this decimal in the right spot. You should have ended up with $1,500. All right? Let's try one more and see how we do. Let's go over to this one. Now, first thing you should do is look at the problem. Is it adding or subtracting? Okay, copy down this problem. I should see what you round this to, what you round this to, and then your answer. I want to see each step of the way so we can tell where you might be doing something wrong. Yes, Brinkley, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. Yes, yes, yes. But Charlotte, you should never have all those zeros back here. You have about 3 zeros here. I'm not sure why.
I wrote with the wrong marker.
Yes. Yes.
Can I get all this red off my board by using this? Or I don't know.
I'm just waiting till later. Okay, let me do it together on the board here. I need everybody's eyeballs. Yes, Mateo, that's great. Thank you, Michaela. Yes. Yep, Naomi, that's good. All right, guys, look at. If you're 115 and 2/10, we're going to round it to the furthest spot. This one tells this one stay the same. Everything after the underlined digit goes away. It becomes a 0. So now this 1 stays. Okay, let me put it over here. I don't want anything I'm adding. This becomes 100. Do I need to put 0.0?
No.
I can if I want. I don't have to if I don't. The only time it's good to do that is when I'm dealing with money. This is not money, so I don't have to, but I can. Here we go. Let's underline the furthest digit, 6. The 0 tells the 6. It can go ahead and stay the same. 600.0. Now, if I'm adding this together, I get 700.0 or just 700. But some of you are having zeros like way out here. I'm not sure where they're coming from, but they don't need to be there. And honestly, 700 or 700.0, right? 700 or 700 and 0/10, same thing. It's still 700, right? So either answer 700 or 700 and 0/10. Either will be just fine. All right, let's go ahead and do one more.
Which will be 4.
And then I think if we can get everybody to get this one right, we're going to move on.
Number 3.
Just wait, okay? We're going to do number 3. There are 3 problems. Round it all the way out to here and add them together to the addition problem. All right, don't add any extra things. You should only have 2 digits past the decimal. And they should all be zeros because we're rounding all the way to here. These numbers should all be zeros. This is what you're rounding to, the furthest spot. Let me figure it out in my brain really quick here. Got it. Yes, ma'am, that is correct. That is correct. So far, so good, yes. Where's your decimal point going to go? Line up your decimal point. Okay, that's super important. It changes the answer from 10 to 10,000 just by a moved decimal point. Where's your decimal point? Where's your decimal point? If your decimal point is there, you just said the answer is 100. Sorry. Your decimal point tells me that it's 100. Yes, that's correct. Just keep the decimal point right here, guys. That should be an easy one. Yes. Lamaria, that's good. Yes, yes. Let me see yours. So Charlotte, you lost your decimal point and you added a comma. So don't add any commas unless you need to. Put a decimal point right where it goes. Michaela, yes. Ben, yes. Ella, yes. Heidi, good. Mateo, yes. I can't really see that far back there. There should not be 3 places past the decimal, right? Because there's not. Okay, let's see here. So Charlotte, what I want you to do is I want you to draw a line like this. I want you to keep each column separate because yours are kind of converging and you're getting your answer wrong even though you're doing it right. Stay like this, guys, and there should only be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6 if you have to carry over, right?
I think you do.
There should only be that many places. Yes, Riley, that's correct. Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Try and stay lined up. Some people use graph paper a lot because otherwise it changes your answer. Anybody else? Okay, watch how I do this. So where's your decimal going to go, Charlotte? That's correct. Where does the decimal go? Yes, now your answer is correct. Now watch. This becomes what? What did you change 324 and 57 cents to?
300.
You changed that to 300. Let me do it over here. So you got $300. And what did you change this to?
300.
You changed that also because you looked at that 2, but the 7 said change it to a 3. Everything past the underlined digit becomes a 0. I want to go to this place. The 3 tells the 4 to stay the same. And then all these are going to become zeros. So we've got $400. 300 plus 300 plus 400 equals $1,000. I'll take it.
That is.
Okay, listen closely. Your homework for tomorrow is going to be, it's on the board, so you're going to write it in your agenda. It's your workbook, page 30, which is doing exactly this. Okay?
Can we start it?
Now, we are not going to start it right now. We're going to do our, I'm sorry, let's wait 1 second. I need all the talkers to raise your hand before you have a question. I mean, when you have a question, before you talk. Jade, what's your question? Correct? So on Wednesday nights, we don't have homework because people have church, but today's Tuesday night.
I thought you said tomorrow.
No, so today's homework for tomorrow, that's okay, listen, nobody should be moving yet because I don't want people to be confused. Your homework for tonight is your workbook, page 30. Okay, tomorrow, this was our last lesson for math in this chapter. Tomorrow and Thursday will be review days, and Friday is our math test on chapter 2. Please take home your workbook every night this week in case you want to study, in case your parents want to study with you. Got it? All right. Now, we are going to switch over to science. So I want you to put everything away except for your science notebook. We're going to review the nitrogen cycle.